Hi, this is Chris, and or at least I, just got finished watching season 14 American Idol top 11, but technically only 9 people ended up singing because 2 people ended up going home. Because last week the judges ended up saving Kazim. And so, anyways, last week I was in a horrible mood because I was already pissed off that Serena Joy Crow didn't make it, and then they ended up using their save on Kasim, who I think is not that great. So I'm going to go through tonight's performances, and we'll talk about the 2 people that left. And yeah, so I don't have everything all typed out like I normally do, so I'm just going to kind of scroll through the little notes that I have on my cell phone. So not organized, just going to throw this up really quick and I'm going to bed. But first up tonight was Daniel CV. I noticed that they're putting Daniel earlier in the shows, so I think they're trying to get rid of him. You know, if you go first 3, you're more than likely going to go home. So if we think about who is going first, we can almost guarantee that the person going first is going home. Unless, of course, they have a lot of viewers or followers, and Daniel CV's case, I think he's going to be saved. He sung You Make My Dreams Come True. A lot of dancing, a lot of choreography. He was trying to really get into the song. And, you know, I mean, it's cool if you're into Daniel CV. I could see him being like a Justin Bieber, but like a nicer, not going to go hardcore version. But I'm just not into him. I didn't give him any votes tonight. So, I mean, they keep giving him this expression like, oh, you're cute, you're really great for the cameras, and I think that's true, but I wonder how that's going to play out 2 or 3 years from now. We are seeing him as a child, and so I think sometimes when somebody as a child seems cute, they grow up and they might appear to be different, and we don't know what his voice is going to sound like. That being said, I think this was probably his best vocal to this date, except for his audition, which I thought was really great. But I didn't vote for him, so, I mean, if he goes home, he goes home. But I don't think he'll go home. I think he'll be safe. That's just my premonition, even though he went first. The next person that sang was Quentin Alexander, and he sung In the Air Tonight. And he was wearing these, like, platform shoes, which was kind of cool. He sounded awesome. He actually paid attention to his pitch and everything. So I gave him 20 votes tonight. It was awesome. He's a very dramatic performer, so I could see him being on Broadway. I don't think I would want to purchase a CD from him because it'd be all dramatic, and I'm just not into dramatic songs. But he's really good at what he does and bringing the drama. So definitely better than it was last week. Last week I wasn't into whatever he was doing. Just being honest. Let's see. The next person is Joey Cook. So Joey Cook is my new favorite now that Serena Joy Crow is gone. I almost feel like I should do like a rest in peace every time I say Serena Joy Crow. You know, it's like she's no longer with us, but she was my favorite. I wanted her to win, or at least get to top 3. But Joey Cook, she did Cyndi Lauper's song, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And I think she did an excellent job. And I know I'm a little biased because she's my favorite, but she really did do a good job. This is the problem with American Idol. American Idol is not like X Factor. X Factor, you can get dancers. You can get like a whole ton of choreography and things. And so it looks awkward when she's up there on the stage by herself, dancing, saying, girls just want to have fun. But she doesn't have like a room full of girls with her, like dancing and, you know, gyrating and doing all these crazy things. X Factor would have brought like 15 or 20 women dancers on the stage, and they would have been shaking it out with her, and it would have looked better. That's the only reason why her performance wasn't good this time. It wasn't good not because of her vocals. It wasn't good because American Idol is lame and does not put production. The most they'll do is they'll let the singers, the little background singers, they'll let them like kind of dance with you, but that's about it. You don't really get to get a full performance. And so it wasn't her, it was the fact that it was on American Idol. I think what she did with it was great. And so I also like that little reggae. She kind of like broke the beat down, did a little reggae thing in the middle. That was pretty awesome. So Joey Cook got 20 votes from me. Next was Tiana Jones. Last week Tiana Jones did Circle of Life, and I almost forgot, but Zonette Johnson did Circle of Life back in season 12, and I definitely think that she did a way better job than Tiana did. So Tiana did I Want to Dance with Somebody, and this is like the kiss of death song. Like, do not sing Whitney unless you're Whitney, or unless you're Jessica Sanchez, or unless you're Jennifer Hudson. that's about it. Those are the only people I want to hear sing Whitney songs. And so when she sung "I Want to Dance with Somebody," she reminded me of, who was it? Aisha Epperson from season 9, maybe. I'm guessing Aisha Epperson must have been from season 9. No, maybe it was even earlier than that. Maybe it was season 7 or 8. I don't know what season she was on, but her name was Aisha Epperson, and she sung "I Want to Dance with Somebody." I almost want to say it was season 7, and it wasn't very good. Tiana Jones did an incredible job with this, and I actually gave her 20 points. And I think the thing that she did that was really well was the beginning of the song. I really liked. Like, it kind of had this like a little bit of modern like club beat to it, so it was like boom, boom, boom. I really like that. So I gave her votes for that, and I just kind of felt sorry for her. And once you guys find out who was eliminated, you will see why I voted for Tiana. Problems, all right. Jax, you give love a bad name. Jax, oh, Jax slayed me on that song. Like, she was dressed in 80s. She started off at the piano and she played it, and the judges gave her crap. The judges sat there and said all kinds of garbage to her about the song, disconnect, and all this crazy stuff. And yet Daniel Stevie, they just throw little softballs at him, don't even say anything bad about him. But then Jax gets up there and does a phenomenal job, and all they do is critique her. That is getting old. That type of BS is getting old, and I don't like the judges for that. If you're going to give crap to Jax, then you need to give crap to everybody. That was the exact same thing they did to Serena Joy Crow before she got eliminated. They gave crap to her, but they didn't give crap to somebody who's only 15 years old who's singing off key and off pitch. It's like, oh, well, your vocals are... No, hold everybody to the same standard. Okay, this is a singing competition. If Simon Cowell was here, he would have put up with half of this garbage. And so I think Jax had one of the performances of the night. Actually, I think she had the best performance of the night. I got up and I clapped my hands. I was so excited about how she sung it. She at the end, she played like the last few notes of the song with one finger while holding the mic with the other hand. It was so awesome. But the judges, I just thought they had such muted praise for her, and it gives me such a bad impression. I am so over the judges on this show. I would rather have Mariah Carey back there doing judging, because, I mean, these judges are just useless at this point. I mean, if you're not going to give critiques across the board that are fair, then I don't think you should be judging. Because at least when Mariah was there, she was giving critiques across the board. When Nicki Minaj was there, they were giving critiques across the board. You don't just play favorites to people just because. You know, it's frustrating me. So I'm not going to talk about it anymore. But Jax was awesome. Nick Fradiani did Man in the Mirror, and he did an awesome job with that. I don't really have anything bad to say about him. I just never really look forward to hearing what he's going to sing. Like, for Jax, I always look forward to hearing her sing, but for Nick Fradiani, I'm just kind of like, okay, yeah, he's here, cool. And he always sounds perfect. And so I think he's going to make it to like top 4, top 5, because he's just good. And his voice is good, so I gave him votes. I thought it was good. Next was Clark Beckham, and Clark Beckham sung "Every Breath You Take," and it was good. He did it in this, really nice key, and he kind of sped it up just a little bit, but not too much. And so it wasn't as like stalkerish. It was kind of like, "I love you," you know what I mean? Like, "I will watch you." It's kind of almost like Adele song, like, "Never mind, I'll find someone like you." You know, that kind of sentiment. It wasn't stalkerish. I don't know. It was good. It was really good. And I think he's going to win the season. He doesn't really have to do anything at this point. I mean, this season's already messed up now that Serena Joy Crow is gone. I know, I keep saying that. Kazim Middleton performed next. Why is he still here? Why? Oh, yeah, the judges saved him. Yeah, the judges saved him. So he decided to just tone it down, and he ended up singing Addicted to Love. And I almost thought I was like, where's the Kazim that we are used to seeing that's, energetic? And he was still energetic, but he just controlled it, which was good because it allowed him to focus on his vocals. And so what I was able to discern from what I saw and heard is that his vocals are not that great. What Kasim does is that Kasim has a very theatrical, I don't want to say theatrical, but it's like a theatrical voice where you can actually sing in a way that people think you're doing amazing things, but all you're doing is speak talking. And I know how to do this because I do it myself all the time. It just means that you don't really have a high voice. Like his voice is not high. So he uses different registers in order to make his voice sound different. So sometimes you'll use just like your throat register, or you might use your head register, and it just means that you can sing, in these different registers. But whatever register you're singing in, you can also speak talk in those registers as well. And so you notice in that song, he used all these different registers. Like he did a little bit of shrill and falsetto, and then he did a little head register. It's like all these little things. And I know looks weird, but it looks weird when he's singing. Like if you notice, but it's because you can do all those things, and they're not that hard to do. At least I don't think they're that hard to do. If you plan them in a song, you can do it in a song. And so I don't think that's really naturally singing, like just, you know what I mean? It's not singing naturally. And so, I don't know, I wasn't blown away by it. I think he should have just went full, balls to the walls, because honestly, that's what he got voted in for, performance. And so he gives like a subdued thing, and they wanted him to subdue it down even more. This guy does not have great vocals. So he needs to just stick to upbeat, entertaining songs, because that's what will keep him in. And he made it through. I'm actually surprised he made it through, because I thought he was going to get voted out. It would have been hecka funny if he had gotten voted out and the judges had saved him last week and he got voted out this week. That would have been hilarious. I would have laughed. But I think, not to be rude about Kasim just as a person. I'm just saying that vocally, this is not my taste, and I just don't think that other singers that are better than him should be going home before him. Ooh, that was like a fly or bug or something. Sorry, I just rubbed out there for a second. I don't like bugs. And then we had the bottom three, or who we think are the bottom three: Rayvon, Maddie, and Adana. And Rayvon, my boy Ray Ray, goes through. So I haven't been impressed with Ray Ray. Yeah, I'm not really that big of a Ray Ray fan anymore, so he can just be Rayvon Owen at this point. And he ended up singing Everybody Wants to Rule the World, and it was a competent performance. I really don't know what to say about it. It was good, and I think he was like a little shaken up because he was in the bottom, or he thought he was in the bottom. He probably was. I don't know. One thing I'm really impressed of is that we have 3 black males that are inside of the top. What is it, top 9 now? That's pretty awesome. But at the same time, a lot of black people went through. So I'm just saying that. I'm not trying to be racist or anything like that. I'm just making an observation. But it's kind of interesting that I don't remember the last time that's happened in American Idol history. So that's kind of interesting. And yeah, so I don't have anything really critiqued him about the song or anything. It was cool. You can't really take the last song seriously because it's essentially like a freak out song. You're just like, So did I give him votes? I think I gave him votes. I don't remember. I might have given him votes and I might not have given him votes, but I don't know. I voted before it. I'm going to go to bed. But hopefully the person that goes home next week is Daniel Cevey. I hope Daniel Cevey goes home. I wouldn't be mad if Kasim goes home either. The only people I don't want to go home is I don't want Jax to go home. I don't want Joey to go home. And I really don't want any more girls to go home because this is starting to seem like season 10. So this is what happened season 10. Season 10, you had top 13. First person to go home was my favorite, Ashton Jones. Ashton Jones went home. Then that Latina girl named Karen, I forgot her last name, she ended up going home. And then Casey Abrams was supposed to go home. He didn't go home. He ended up being saved by the judges in the 11th place, like Kasim. The next week, 2 people were supposed to be eliminated. Guess who got eliminated? 2 girls. Just like Adana and Maddie got eliminated this week. Maddie probably needed to get eliminated because she wasn't, feeling good and she wasn't sounding very good. But Maddie and Adana got eliminated. In season 10, 2 girls got eliminated. It was Thea Magia and it was Naima Adedapo got eliminated. Then I want to say the next week we had 3 girls, and then the next week Pia Toscano got eliminated. So my concern is that this might be a replay of season 10. I think that these I think that those that vote for Adana would vote for Tiana, but I'm concerned that one of the girls might fall. And Peach Toscano was the favored girl to, vocally at that point. And so I'm thinking Tiana might fall in that trap. So I'm hoping that everyone voted for her. I voted for her, even though I was cool with the song, but I normally don't vote for her. I would have wanted her to do a different song, but I just had to give her votes. So I know this is a long recap, so I'm just going to stop right now. But I don't know what's going to happen with American Idol. But I swear to God, if one more good singer goes home, if Jax goes home next week, I'm done. I'm done. All right. I'm going to bed. Hopefully things get better in the American Idol world, and hopefully we can find a great winner this season.